You know, if anyone has ever asked me, like, what are my thoughts about the Anonymous Sanity BFDI meetup, then, honestly, like, all I can think of is one thing, and it's controversy after controversy. Like, I know it's, like, supposed to be, like, a place where you can, like, meet your heroes, meet the people behind BFDI, and all that, and it's, like, people that animates, makes the show. I mean, hell, my friend Doug was actually at the New York and Atlanta meetups. He was like part of like the backstage crew stuff, and obviously I would know because I mean he's literally whenever he's like done with the event, I always ask him like how was the event, and he was like, oh, it was good, and I was like, oh, okay, how was Michael and Carrie, and he was like, oh, they were good. I mean he has like a lot of positive experiences hanging out with the Huan brothers and Adam Katz and all that stuff. I mean hell, he was telling me a lot of things, and particularly like he was telling me about like how about like the previous voice actor of Paintbrush and Teddy and all that, like. And I will just say, like, this is like before the previous voice actor got into like a bunch of controversy of their own. Again, I'm not gonna name any like names much because like I don't want to encourage any bullying. I don't want people to go after them. Like it's the drama's already over and done with, and we don't want to talk about that part. What I want to talk about and rant about right now is the fact that for some reason, some moron, some female moron, decided it'd be a good idea and I want to just improvise this. This person seems to have a mindset of a toxic dream stan. And I'm not even joking, right? Have you ever seen dream stans where they're like, oh my god, I identify as dream sexual. I have an attraction to dream. It's like, you people are fucking crazy and need psychiatric help. This is the definition of someone that needs psychiatric help. What is this, right? This is from the recent BFDI meetup. I think it was in LA. I don't know, because I know there's a London one coming up, and it's like, I know there's one in London coming up. BFDI is coming to the United Kingdom, so it'd be funny if they came to the Philippines. Flyspot would have had a field day with that one. But anyway, so yeah, so basically what happened was there's this little toxic gremlin over here. I know I'm kind of bullying her right now, but I mean, it pisses me off that I see this happening. Basically what happened was, she gave Michael Hong a hug. Now here's the thing, she stepped off her seat and went up stage. Like, who the fuck does that at an event? If you did that at like a fucking Maroon 5 concert or a Skrillex concert or any like music festival type concerts, your ass would be thrown out. I mean, there was this one girl who actually, like, I think it was this one girl who like went into a Maroon 5 stage trying to hug him, and she got freaking thrown off stage by security. This is exactly like this fucking Maroon 5 situation, like. And the thing with her is, like, she's recently been on, like, a Twitter, before she deleted her account, she was been on a Twitter tirade. She was, like, suicide baiting, which, by the way, as someone who's, who has literally had to hear about someone killing themselves on a train bridge in my area, that is not acceptable. Like, how dare she say, like, make those types of guilt trip type threats, like, and, and as someone who, nearly had, who, back in high school actually contemplated it, but, I managed to calm myself out of that. It was just, a little phase. I'm, as someone who's, used to try to, use suicide as a guilt trip back in high school, obviously that was unacceptable of me to do so. I actually nearly got put in a psychiatric ward for that. Not really, but, I nearly had to be put into, a mental evaluation crap, but still, this is unacceptable. Basically, what she did is she went up stage, went up to Michael, hugged him. Now, just so you know, while the reports are not fully confirmed, there was apparently speculation that she has kissed Michael Huang, the one of the co-creators of BFDI and co-owners of Jack and Jellyfy. And basically, what happened now? Now I just want you to know that this can constitute a sexual assault, and it's it's obviously very fucking illegal, and you can actually get put into prison for it. So what she did, she could have gotten herself arrested for this. Now, first of all, I do want to criticize Jack and Jellyfy and Animation Epic for this, but where is security? Like, you make a lot of money from your BFDI ad revenue stuff, and for some reason, you still have, from all your channel memberships as well, and you still couldn't afford security. Like, they need to tighten security in this, because, what if there was, a crazed gunman, right? Have you, I know this is America, but America has been prone to, terror attacks and stuff at times, and given the current political climate, I mean, yeah, it gets much more scarier these days, and just before you anything say, oh, it's gonna be a bunch of Islamic groups. No, it's not gonna be Islamic groups. There are also, non-Islamic groups out there. There's also, just moronic militia stuff. But, we don't get into details about that, Besides, you leave a mafia alone, they leave you alone. We do not talk shit about mafias. Talking shit about mafias is absolutely dangerous, and you should never do so. If you do, congratulations, you signed yourself a death warrant. But, basically, people should not be doing this. Now, this isn't the first time the BFDI II meetup has been into controversy. I mean, if anyone remembers last year, someone fucking did this.
I'd like to say, staying in meetup, my man. And also, for my question, a few years ago, people asked you about how you felt about shipping. Now, how do you feel about all your characters getting R34?
Who the fuck asks that? Who the fuck asked someone? Asked the creators of a show? That fucking, and by the way, credit to this person. They put the video there. But someone fucking... The fact that someone decided they had the goals to just ask the creators of BFDI and Nam Insanity what they think about people drawing porn of their characters, that's honestly disgusting. Especially when you say it in front of children. There are children at that fucking event, and you just gone out of your way to just go oh, what do you think of people drawing Rule 34 your characters? There are, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of parents who are, either confused, and there's some parents who probably know what Rule 34 is, and are what the fuck is wrong with that guy? For fuck's sake, it's supposed to be a family-friendly event, right? And people do this, and that's this, right? This is unacceptable. Unacceptable kind of behavior, right? And, to the person who actually asked that question, shame on you. Shame on you for even asking that. I'm actually glad one of them actually did shut it down. Let's keep this video playing. You can see you can hear how mortified a lot of these people are, because a lot of them are kids, right? A lot of them are children. So, what the fuck? I'm on my game ping. Hold on. Oh, it's just in a group chat. Okay. But still, you shouldn't be asking people, go in an event and ask that kind of question in front of children, because, what is wrong? What is wrong with people that ask that? I mean, again, you could hear in the video, a lot of kids are, fucking mortified. You gotta remember, a lot of these people are under 18, so the person who asked that question, congratulations, you just outed yourself as a possible predator. Now, I will give props. I think it was this person that said it. I forgot your name, but props to this guy for shutting down the question and then, just reminding people to keep things family-friendly. This is what he said.
I think we're not to keep this family-friendly, but, we always encourage the people making fan art whoever they like. But, yeah, we always say, we'd like to do a family-friendly, please. Yeah. Thank you so much, though. Cheers. And, yeah.
So, I want to give him props for actually saying, just keep things family-friendly, please. Because he knew, he handled it maturely. He asked them to keep it family-friendly, and, I praise him for that. That is how you properly handle things. I mean, if it was an event I was organizing and someone asked me that question, I'd just have him kicked out. I wouldn't tolerate it at all. Also, why the fuck was this fast? This is a normal speed. I think the person that did it just sped it up, but still, don't do this. Especially don't do this. This is what I don't get, right? You shouldn't really be, like, asking people these types of questions. I mean, doing this to people. First of all, this is illegal. What she did was pretty illegal. Because, again, if anyone remember, like, Maroon 5, there was a girl who actually, like, went on stage, tried to hug him. And he, and you, now here's the thing, if you were to, like, skip a bit later, you could probably see he does look a little bit uncomfortable. And this is just from my time observing, like, people in WWE's faces, like, express. I mean, it was just as worse as that one time. Fucking, there was a WWE event in South Africa, and I think it was in South Africa. And there was this guy, this amateur wrestler, who got arrested because he went up to the ring and just gave Randy Orton a low blow. But he did get kicking on the guy's face. Never do that, people. But yeah, like seriously, you shouldn't do this. I mean, you can see they're laughing it off, but before you know, they probably must be very uncomfortable, and sometimes laughter is like a kind of bit of reaction. So, like, you shouldn't really be doing this you shouldn't be doing this. This should not have happened. If there were security here, she would have been denied. But no, she just went upstage. Now, I don't know whether or not she also, like, I don't know if she's asked him if she can, I don't know whether she asked him for consent. So I don't know if this is consensual or not, but if this is not consensual, yeah, this is that is like 100% horrible. Like, don't do this. And especially, again, don't do this in front of kids. Like, there's children in these events, and, you know, I feel like there's, like, several people who, like, have done this. And again, as someone who's, like, as someone who's, like, seen videos of these, like, in regards to, like, people, famous celebrities, like Maroon 5 and all that, like, this should not happen at all. And again, to the people that do this, shame on you. To the people who do this, thinking that they wouldn't get busted for it, shame on you. I mean, hell, you should consider yourself lucky that nobody's decided to press charges for anything. Like I said, I probably would have pressed charges for whatever charge that is, and I would have had that person that asked that type of question kicked out of the venue. Because again, now this is what the context said, but yeah, like, and you know, this post does make a very valid point. People need to respect each other's personal spaces. Because, you know, if you don't respect personal spaces, not only do you look like a prick, but you could sooner or later actually look like a creep. You'd look like a pedo if you're an adult doing it to a kid. You'd look like a predator. You'd look like an absolute fucking moron. And plus, it's disrespectful to violate people's personal spaces like that. So, like, there needs, like I said, there are children in these events, and you don't know whether they feel comfortable about it. I mean, obviously, they don't feel comfortable at all about it. Especially last year with that guy when he asked about Rule 34. Like, again, none of this shit is acceptable. Now, here's what I don't get, right? It's the fact that, like, people do this. Not only I know some people only do this for attention, but some of them just do it because, again, like that girl who hugged Michael, if you looked at her TikTok before she closed it, apparently she's got, like, a lot of Stan Michael Hong crap on there. Like, that is just creepy. Like, am I the only one who kind of thinks that's kind of, like, really borderline creepy? And it's like, and you know, like, and again, the fact that she decided she was going to suicide bait when she was getting backlash for that, I mean, that's her fault. She shouldn't have done it. What she did was an absolute fucking moronic move. And you know what? Shame on her for that. How dare she think she could come on stage and do that to a celebrity? If that was, like, if she did that to a WWE female wrestler, she would have had her head kicked in. If that was a celebrity, God, you'd consider yourself lucky if they didn't press charges, because they are rich enough to hire lawyers and come after you for and press charges. Again, respect boundaries, regardless if they're celebrities or other fans. I mean, it was bad enough when I had to hear news about if to anyone who's watched wrestling, like, has anyone ever heard of the news that apparently after Clash in Paris, Rhea Ripley was being hoarded by French fans, and she had to take to Twitter to specifically state that she wants that everyone has a private life. And the thing is that, like, you should always respect that some of these people have personal spaces. Just because they're famous doesn't mean you should go up to them and hug them. I mean, if it was an infant, that's understandable. They're just young, they don't know. But if it's a teenager or someone who knows better, that is not alright. That is like really, really bad. Like really, really horrible. And what she did, that could have been constituted as sexual assault, which can carry a prison sentence. Now, I don't know whether she is actually a minor or an adult, but if she is a minor, then it doesn't matter. Even if she's young, she can still be sentenced to juvie she can be sentenced to young offenders for this kind of thing. You know, kids don't usually get away with things easy. If it was easy for kids to get away with crap, then you know that what is it? Yeah, you'd know if you completely fucked up. I honestly forgot what I was trying to say because I got distracted by checking teams. My attention span is shit. But regardless, like, you know, okay, but again, I am still gonna criticize Jack and Jill and Animation Epic for this, but fucking hire security guards. You need it. You need security. If you don't, you're gonna get you're just gonna end up with more instances, and before you know, there's gonna be some crazy gunman that's gonna actually shoot up the entire meetup. And plus, if this whole fiasco keeps going on, one day people are actually gonna stop buying tickets to these meetups because they know the drama, they know what happens, and one day the event's gonna flop. Now, I don't know whether if anyone from the BFDI or II crew has made any statements about the situation. If they do, just keep an eye on that. I'll probably do a little mini update thing. But yeah, regardless, this is this is just absolutely disturbing shit that just happened at a meetup in front of children, should I say? Can we not, have people do this? Can we not have people ask about Rule 34, or, go up stage hugging their favorite heroes? Fucking, you could have just asked for consent first. Or, hell, if you want to be able to meet your heroes, get the fucking VIP passes. I heard they do those. I think they, do VIP meet and greets, even though it's, more expensive. Better that than just going on stage and just doing it there. Just because they're on stage doesn't mean it's an instant meet and greet. It's literally it's an event, and there's children there. You don't want to be doing things that would make other people feel uncomfortable. Anyway, that's just my little short rant that's been going for 20 minutes. I decided I was gonna make this because I need to get off my chest. But it's crap like this is why, and I think the worst part is, just recently, I am considering, fully joining the Object Show community. Wow, Hero Brian 93045 is thinking about joining the Object Show community, despite the fact I'm still, technically considered part of the Glamate community, and, what I have to say in this, and now I'm just gonna have to think longer and harder now, because, I don't know whether or not I actually feel okay joining the OSC. Don't get me wrong, the OSC sounds like a really good place to go, but at the same time, I don't know how I would feel about the OSC. I think the OSC would probably not be the best place for me at the moment. And this is not me dropping any shade to anyone from the Object Show community. Like, I have a lot of respect for people from the Object Show community. You know, I know like a lot of OSC people don't really have much respect for Go Animate people like me, but like, yeah, but like, I am so sorry for people from the OSC that had to see this. Like, I feel really bad for them, like, genuinely bad, to just, like, especially since these, like, young, inspiring people that, like, went to these events to meet their heroes, only to see some random moron kind of ruin their experience by making it feel more weird, uncomfortable, and creepy. Like, again, don't ever ask someone about Rule 34. Don't ever go on stage and violate the celebrities' personal spaces, regardless of their status, by the way. Hell, don't do it to anyone at all. Don't violate anyone's personal space. The personal spaces are there for a reason. If you violate it, you don't look right. And right now, this girl, from what I heard, from what I've been hearing about, she's been doing on her TikTok, she needs help. She needs psychiatric help. Bitch, get some help, for the love of God. Anyway, I'm not gonna name any names in this situation because I don't want people going after these people. And I will never encourage bullying, unless, again, you're, like, someone who's pissed me off to the point that I might actually decide, like, fuck it, you guys deserve to get bullied for this. But, like, again, I do not condone bullying at all. I mean, even though, again, you've seen my community posts on my second channel, I'm always, like, bullying someone. But that's because they're kind of, like, it's because they're, like, really being annoying, and they keep paying me, they just keep, like, fucking, like, trying to bully me, trying to make, like, it was just, and by the way, if you're wondering, like, oh, why was I, like, bullying, Tumblr, the PowerPoint animator, there was a good point, there's a good reason I did that, and that was because, like, you know, I wanted to show him, there's a thing called the bully always gets bullied, and that's why I did what I did with Tumblr, the PowerPoint animator. I decided I was gonna, like, show him what a bully actually is like, what getting bullied is really like. So that's why I went on my way to kind of bully him a bit. And again, I don't condone what I did. If anything, I did not like what I did to that person, but, like, at the same time, it was a necessary evil of what I did. But we're not talking about the Tumblr PowerPoint anime situation, you know, that's over and done with. He's changed his name, but he's still being a nuisance, and, you know what, nothing's gonna change. I mean, he has been, like, deleting all of his community posts and his videos, he's been starting fresh. I mean, and obviously I would know, because we still have his fucking account tagged in our descriptions. Loser! Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much everything I just want to talk about and rant about in this situation. I'm trying to go, like, a little bit of a moist critical type commentary video. Obviously, I don't have any face cam because I haven't done a face reveal yet, and I don't think I ever will for a while. Maybe until I get my own place. Who knows? Or maybe I'll reach a milestone and maybe I'll consider it. Or if I by any chance end up meeting Flyswat, or if I even meet Doug. If I end up meeting Doug in person, then that'll be cool. But right now, like, you know, it's how do I say this? It's gonna be a bit, you know, it's gonna be, you know, it's not a good thing. It's, like, really, again, it's disrespectful, yada yada. That's everything I'm going to say. You know, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to hear, like, more vents and rants out of this channel. This is why I made my second channel in the first place, is just keep all the vents and the rants out of my main channel. You know, I'm not gonna be like Louie95. No disrespect to you, Louie95. But I would never ever do a rant on my main channel. Like, you know, because it takes me too long to make a rant video and Go Animate. Anyway, I'll thank you for listening to this little public service announcement. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And as always, sayonara, peeps.